Check, check. I think we're doing it.
Check, check.
All right, we're recording. Yes. I'm back again with the Slider Cast. This is DJ Slider Bite. I really do love this intro. I really hope I can use it forever. I don't know how much money Curtis wants for this, but I'm going to use it. And I am back again with my great guest, Jessica Cuts.
What's up?
She be cutting.
Cut you up.
Yes, we went to some mics. We've been going to mics last week. Since the last week or since the last time we saw each other and stuff, it's been a fun time. Have you been making any friends at the mics?
None. I hate everybody. No, I have. Actually, I made friends with somebody I'd already apparently made friends with before that I have absolutely no memory of.
Okay.
Yeah, she came up to me. She's like, Jessica, what's up? I'm like, you. How are you? And she's like, you don't remember me, do you? And I was like, no. Apparently, we had met at some concert that I also don't remember being at. But she was like, how are your cats? I'm like, oh, we talked.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah.
Was she was a comedian too?
Yeah. She did good.
No, okay. Was she has she been doing it for a long time?
I don't know as I
Okay.
I think she has, but I feel like maybe it's like mutual friends is how we
Was this at Easy Bar or where was this?
There's a girl beside me at Easy Bar.
Okay.
And
oh, I think I remember that girl. Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember her. She was cool.
Yeah, no, she was fun.
Yeah, she was cool. It's like you don't seeing some female comics are few and far between at the certain mics that we go to.
Yeah, that is one thing that I've noticed that there's some rooms that actually have us around, but a lot of times like 40 guys and me, and all of my jokes are about the proper way to suck a D.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody will take it like a TED talk rather than jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all aren't writing notes about your set anymore, are you? You're like taking tips.
That's funny. Some people need to know that.
Yeah, it's important to understand how all of the components work in a project.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you were going to a bar, you were like, man, I'm depressed because I don't actually know how to do that well. And then they just hear you talking, and it's just like, oh, that's serendipitous.
Yeah.
If that's what that means.
Yeah, no, I did that set about, it's like how giving head, or how cleaning your house is like giving head, just all the similarities of the chores. And I think it's pretty fucking hilarious, but it was just like silence in the audience, and I realized I was looking out on Valentine's Day to like 6 sad, lonely loser guys. And I'm like, oh, well, if there's one audience this will not resonate with, they're probably just like all these other bitches.
Yeah, no, because it's a bunch of people who either don't give head or have never gotten it. And so it's
exactly.
Yeah, you can deal with that, and then they could be weird, or they probably gotten it, but just you don't want to hear about what happened.
It's like, yeah, no, I was like, I don't need these mental images.
Yeah, because some of the dudes get kind of weird, and you're just like, oh, okay,
yeah,
that's real aggressive out of nowhere.
Yeah, comedians, weird group.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to be a normal person out of the weird people, or more normally.
DJ Slider Bite, you been out here trying to be normal?
I'm not trying to be as fucked up as some of these other.
Okay, people. All right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
If you try to be normal, I gotta.
No. But like not where like this person's a menace. Like I don't want this person around my family.
Don't be a menace.
Yeah, like I would actually like you. It would be a family thing, and I'll be like, hey, it's Jessica.
Yeah.
We work together. We do comedy together. It's some people who I do comedy with, and I'm like,
oh no, I can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't introduce them to my family. And yeah, have them potentially say some weird shit.
That's the line, right? Like you're just like, oh, I don't mind if somebody's a little out there, a little wacky, but yeah, you can't be a menace.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's some people.
Problematic.
Yeah.
Problematic side guy.
Yeah. That's funny. I like how you didn't know which mic to hold, but I felt like that one fits you.
Because you gave me the spinny chair, so now I just be spinning.
Yeah,
you see me rolling.
Yep. made up my own remix to that. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it was I forgot the main part, but it was just like gotta get up bright and early, gotta get up bright and early. Just make it like a morning show.
What was the other day? I was trying to remind myself that I was getting ready to take a shower because my ADHD works in a way that complete life tasks just get forgotten.
Yeah.
So what was it? Oh, take a bath, wash yourself.
Yeah.
Take a bath, shower what you're working with. And I just kept like singing that like a mantra around my house till I was like in the shower. Then I was like, I gotta record this.
Yeah, you got to. You make that a TikTok thing, and that's like 8 seconds long. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's we gotta get popular on that because it's too many.
Oh, I got so many of them too. What's the other like sound bite that gets stuck in my head? Oh, you know what? It's Lizzo, but if she was like if it was like to the style of like Sweeney Todd, it's like why men great till they got to be great. Oh. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch, even when I'm crying crazy.
Yeah, no, that might be.
I feel like my neighbors probably think that like 8 crazy people live in my house.
That's funny. It's I had one where I made it about fighting crime with Lizzo. If it comes back to me, it would. People, those allegations kind of went away. They came and went away.
Yeah, see, like all that, like, because to me, it's just not enough. I'm not gonna take her side, and I'm not gonna discredit anything that anybody was saying. But they were like, oh, you know, she was inappropriate with them, but also some of the ways that they were talking. I'm like, well, yeah, it would be inappropriate in a workplace, sure, and that's where they are. But also, it's also the same kind of behavior I have amongst friends and close people. So I think it's just like when those lines get blurred, and especially somebody who is in a powerful position, it's kind of hard to navigate.
But the one thing was disturbing about it, I know you've never made your friend eat a banana out of someone's vagina, allegedly. Did you know that was one of the allegations in Amsterdam?
I maintain my first statement.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what the hell has been
happening
happening in Mississippi.
So, you know.
No, but you don't have, you make the other person like, eat that banana. I was like, what? How does that even happen? Where do we
see, that's another thing is like there were a lot of steps that had to happen to get into that position in the first place.
That's funny. Now talking to you, I'm thinking about that because then it's just like, hey, y'all, let's go to a whorehouse.
Like you're all like you'd be like, yeah, let's walk there. You're all it's some case already naked, and then you already have a banana. Like,
that's funny you're saying that. You're already in a room together. Not only did you walk there, it's not like okay, we're all gonna be in separate places and stuff. Like, nope, we're partying together.
Yeah, and of course, like consent can change. You can change your mind, absolutely. But I feel like
that's funny. I didn't think about it like what you said.
If you're in a situation where this is just kind of like it seems consensual and it's all like camaraderie and shit like that.
Basically, it was already wild. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably already wild. And then it was just, then it got to that, and it was like, all right, nobody's talking about it. We were Tiffany Haddish.
Oh yeah, okay. So you were saying like, let's talk about Tiffany Haddish, and I'm excited because I don't know what the stories are.
She didn't do anything bad, but it was I feel like she may have a good heart, maybe have a good spirit by it, but she made a post where she was just like very somber and first class drinking a mimosa, and she was just like, I'm going to over there to see it for myself. I'm gonna see Gaza for myself. And then she's drinking a mimosa. And then it was just like, out of all the people to go over there, it's not you, Tiffany. Like, stay your ass, fly to Atlanta.
I'm sorry. I love that. Was this bitch really trying to go to Gaza?
Yeah, she really flew.
They taking flights there
Or she took a 16-hour flight to Israel, it's kind of, and then it was just crazy.
Well, I think it's always important to bring levity to a situation.
It was just like she's like, I'm going for myself. Like, it was just
my God!
We just need to see now. We just need Tiffany Haddish's perspective, not those people already over there, not people who got family over there.
I wanna know that like unpoliticized opinion.
No, and then I don't know. It was just, that was just the only thing, and I was just like, don't fuck up anything you got going on. Best thing some people could do is stay neutral in this. You're just like, I'm going. And it's just like,
I'm going into it.
yeah, and it's like, who are you going for? Are you gonna go there and then be pro-Palestine even though you flew to Israel? And then are you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's a touchy.
she hasn't like come out and said like what her opinions or thoughts on the situation is at all, has she?
No, she hasn't. That's why it's
Okay,
kind of weird.
yeah.
Like, I'm going over there first.
Well, hey, you know, like every good aunt on Facebook, you got to do your research.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we should have did that with Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right,
We should have been
right.
like, I'm going over
I was
there.
about to say, where was Tiffany Haddish? And I was like, oh yeah, like being born.
Yeah, or no, yeah, she wasn't famous yet. She was she was
child.
just doing comedy or something in the Iraq stuff.
Well, she's like our age, right?
No, she's a little bit older because they talk.
Oh.
She's old as the famous people. She's old as
She's
like,
old as the famous people.
or you know, how, like you could tell like Kevin Hart and Corey Holcomb
okay,
and
all
them.
right,
They're
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like their generation where they know who, or around that because they know who she is. Like they always talk about like, I know this girl. I knew when she was sleeping on couches. I
Okay,
knew,
all right.
you know, like and then
Yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah.
yeah, I like when people have that. Like I know her. She's cool. You know, like say what you want, but she was in the struggle with us. She didn't just come out of nowhere.
No,
and then be
have
someone.
you ever read her book?
No, I haven't. Is
Oh my God,
It's probably an
it's-
audio book too.
Yeah, and honestly, it's the best.
All right, yeah, I'll
I
listen
mean,
to it,
you can
especially
tell
if she's
you
reading
can
it.
tell that she wrote it too. It's like it's written in the same way that she speaks.
Okay,
It's been a while since I not read, listened to it.
yeah,
But since I listened that book, since I heard that book.
sometimes that's the best time. Like we got shit going on. We're in the city. We're in the big city.
Yeah,
Wanna hear
you
it.
know, I gotta be productive.
I haven't heard of the last. Have you heard Patton Oswalt's book?
Mm-mm.
That one's pretty entertaining.
I've heard of it, but I really want to.
That was pretty entertaining, and he's reading it. I hate when sometimes like a famous person has a book, but then they're not reading the audio version.
Yeah, especially like if you're in entertainment as a personality, like
yeah, yeah. It's a famous radio host. He has a book, and then it's I don't know. I love you, Zoe Williams. I listen to Zoe Williams all the time. Like all my radio stuff where I'm, you know, you like watch someone like when I'm in that position, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's somebody like. He knows how to act on the radio. He's always checking other comedians. Like this one, I'll never forget when this one comedian was reading something and he wasn't reading right. He was like, hey man, you're reading live on air and it's bad. Stop. And it was just like, he knows how to like always keep it moving.
And then I went to my grandmother's house and
Yeah, he was like, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. He was like,
I
don't do
was
that.
like, that boy
That's-
was like, I'm
that's a
gonna
bad
get
look.
Siri to read for you.
He does. Oh, he does two other things. He does when they answer the phone, like to keep the calls going. He's just like, "Speak on it." And then they gotta talk real fast. And then if they got stuff going on in the background, he's just like, "Turn your life down. Turn your life down."
Oh God.
And I was like, I love that. I love that. Turn your life
God,
down.
Back if I had that back when I was bartending, like, oh shit. Be like, and what can I get for you guys? Okay, yeah. And then she said, I can't believe that you put that on Instagram. Guys, hey, guys, can you tell me what you want? Because if not, I will be back in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Turn your life down.
Turn your life down.
Oh, but he's this radio host and doing all this stuff, but then he wrote 2 books, and then it's like you download them, and it's like a white man reading it.
No way.
It's
No
like,
way.
what is going on, man? You're on the
like,
radio.
yeah.
You use your voice. It's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny.
Are you sure you didn't like download like the Alibaba Express version or something?
No,
Like-
because one it's the relationship dismount, and I forgot the other one. It's like metaphorical stuff of how to treat relationships and how to build relationships, how to last in a relationship, and it's just funny. It's the relationship dismount because some people. He was like, people always talk about how to get together, but people never talk about how to break up or the proper way to dismount from a relationship.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, and so
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
okay.
that seems important, especially like I've been in situations before where I was like, I know, I have to dismount.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
has to end. Like this,
Yeah.
the communication has to stop, or I gotta act like a person with certain boundaries, and
Yeah.
I can still be friends with this person.
Yeah,
but we
and
gotta have
also
certain
like
stuff.
be able to like make that separation while without villainizing yourself or the other person.
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing too. Is like, I mean, I stayed in a relationship like a year too long one time just because I was like, no, I don't want him to be upset, and I'm like, but I am all the time. Like,
no, yeah, that sucks when you do that. I I don't know. I haven't been focused on relationships because I've been doing comedy. I've been working in comedy. And then it kind of backfired. I think we talked about this off the thing, but I just never really wanted to talk to the comedians because I want people to go on tour and invite me on tour.
Yeah, yeah.
And be like, oh yeah, DJ Sliderbite never was weird, so I'm going to Albuquerque. I'll ask him.
Take it Albuquerque.
Yeah, but it's not working out like that. Like some people aren't doing, they're not on that level, or they don't even like you because you don't come at them like that. I'm noticing it's just kind of it's a weird scene.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, mind you, is like most comics have some form of social anxiety. So
Yeah. No, I know that when I had a car, it was better though. Just because you can travel more and go to the different.
that is one thing. Is like I haven't had a car now. I sold mine like 7 or 8 years ago, I guess. And honestly, I really loved not having a car here. It just became so much of a hassle to find parking and keep up with. I mean, how many fucking tickets I had? I couldn't. Yeah. I was keeping the city financially afloat by paying those tickets.
Yeah, no, I was getting a lot of tickets too, and I was just like, it's a burden and a half when you're not driving it, but it's just convenience that you could just.
It really is. Like trying to say if you're trying to do like say 3 mics in a night, like you have to map this shit out like you're on the Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Like okay, it's like because. That we got to get the timing right, judge how long you're going to be there, what's your commute time, what parts of the fucking city. Because Chicago is only like, 8 miles across, but 8 miles means like an hour and a half sometimes.
All right, it's 8 miles across, but then it's, 20 miles south?
Yeah, yeah.
North and south?
Okay, but it's like, so like for me to go from like north side
don't
to
dox
your
yourself
place.
All the way. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
For me to come to north side to down here. Like or over here, whatever, at this particular address.
Yeah, she's coming all the way from Albuquerque.
Yeah, all the way from Albuquerque. Like the on by car, it's like 25 minutes. Whenever I have to take the trains and buses, it's an hour and 30. I'm like,
yeah. No, it's I'm trying to write down stuff because I love like I get an idea and then you don't want to interrupt anybody, but you're just like, oh, gotta talk about this.
I love that you described that in a way that interrupted everybody.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. I was done. Excuse me for writing this down. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Bitch, you just did.
I was explaining what I was doing. That's all, But no, it was when I said the docs, even though it probably doesn't matter, but it's a lot of
I'm a woman.
Yeah, no, I'm a man. People.
I'm a man.
People will come and get you too. But what was it? It's some weird things out here. Have you ever seen this app where you can upload a picture, and then it'll give you public footage of you taking that picture if you took it in public?
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know the name of it, but I've seen it, and you can upload any picture, and then it's supposed to show you. Because everything's like there's a camera somewhere, and
dude, if it's
all
not called Pixception, they missed an opportunity.
I don't know. I thought it was crazy, but I was like, because like you can see geolocation in most pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you uploaded it or the person uploaded it,
I could imagine like especially like in like higher density urban areas. Huh.
Yeah. So it's one of those I kind of wanted to do that one, and then another one with doxing. It's a guy who's popular where people will be like, guess where I'm at. They'll have their background and he'll be like, guess where I'm at. And then he can judge by fixtures and all this kind of shit.
Yeah. No, I love watching that shit. It was funny. One of the YouTube people that I follow, he's set here in Chicago too. And he was doing like a walk and talk video. And I was like, I know exactly where you live now.
Yeah,
because like it was in my same neighborhood, and I was like, I could go ring your doorbell right now.
Yeah, sometimes
be like, hey, let's collab and talk about personal safety.
Yeah, I never want to do. I'm just like, oh wow, people are living like that over there. Sometimes that's the only time I'm like, damn, that's really one house. I thought those were 3 houses. And you just go in there. And then
yeah. Oh, we were talking about green screens earlier. What I'm working on right now is I have in my living room where I plan on doing like video recording, I have three window panes. I mean, four window panes that are pretty big, and I got the fabric and everything. I'm making 4 individual green screens to go in the panes that I can in turn roll back up so I can have windows. But that way I can just green screen fucking neighborhoods in the background so nobody can like see like where I am.
Yeah, no, okay.
And then I can also use that like for like background footage of whatever I'm talking about, that kind of thing. So
yeah, no, that's a good idea. It was just because I got into the green screen when I was doing the Twitch, but then like like I said with my news program, I need to have a background for that, and then with the podcast, I do want to have like the beach in the background, and then like outer space will be your background.
Absolutely,
it'll just be like. What the fuck? Like, just something like that,
Yes.
Yeah. I think that'll be kind of cool. I love when people talk to each other in the same room. I hate the Zoom. I hate that we're out of COVID and people still do the Zoom podcast.
I can understand like if you are in different actual cities or something like that. I can understand it, I guess, but it's
to me I understand it, but I'm like sometimes I feel like a teacher or a boss. I'm like, don't make this a regular thing.
Yeah.
You're only doing it because Mace is out of town. All right, Mace is on tour.
Oh, man, you're talking about that. What was I watching earlier that, like, it was this disgruntled parent. It was, like, during lockdown. And she's like, my kid got detention over the Zoom class. So now I got to plug her in. And she just got to sit in front of the computer for Zoom detention. I'd be like, I would take a screenshot so fucking fast.
Yeah, some of that's that was ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But the working from home to me it could get bad. I feel like if you're working from home, soon they're just gonna make some AI and then tell you to stay home.
Right. Yeah. Because like most of what I'm doing right now is a lot of work from home, just because like I'm doing like all my own editing and stuff.
No, you're working for yourself. I was talking
about
working
for myself. Yeah,
the people who work for huge companies that want to work from home.
I'm like, okay, let me get a part-time job. My therapist was like, well, have you tried to do like, you could do like at home, like assistant work. I was like, well, what the hell does that mean? He's like here, like whenever you call here, somebody answers to like schedule appointments, but they're not here. I was like, oh, you're right. Okay. And I was like, are you offering me a job? Can you work for your therapist?
That's funny.
Do I get a discount?
Damn, I wonder, can you?
Yeah, right?
Can you, like you...
This is an ethical question now.
Yeah, like, or if you were working at the desk and then you were just like, you know what?
It's my turn.
To me for a little bit too? Like, it was just like...
Be like, go and be like, look, my boss is fucking stressing me out.
Yeah, oh, that'll be hilarious. No, that'll be... Oh, do you smoke cannabis or do you participate?
Not really. No, I'm an alcoholic. So.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. You're a good alcoholic though.
Thank you. I've worked really hard at it. So.
Yeah.
I'm a functional drunk. I'll put it that way.
Do you have anything you cannot drink?
Let's see. I do tend to shy away from like shots of tequila.
Okay.
I had a bad tequila experience one time. We were talking about weird friends back in Atlanta. It was pretty crazy party, and I took a shot of tequila only to find out that one of my friends had put their blood in it. So yeah.
This was in Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that don't get... Was that on purpose? Like,
yeah.
All right.
It was like punk rock.
That's what I was...
punk rock, a culture,
All right.
Which, like, I'm fine with until I was like, well, you got to tell me.
Yeah, you got to let me know that this, because...
I need consensual vampirism.
Yeah, like, what is your soul inside of me now? Like,
right.
What does this mean? When I think about you, you'll know? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
right.
what?
Yeah, so, no tequila. I'm like, nah, not really. But I can still drink it, just shots. Because I'm also just like, I like brown liquor. It also, like, clear, like, vodka, taking vodka shots, nope. I need something with, like, more of a burn so I can be reminded not to...
Yeah, not to overdo it.
Yeah. It was I was at a house party and somebody was like, all I have is vodka. And they didn't have mixers. So I just poured it over ice. I was like, okay, well, here, let's drink this social anxiety away. And as soon as I took a sip, like I paused, I was like, wait, did I just drink water? And I was like, oh God, no, I didn't. I have to never do this again.
Yeah. No, all right. No, at least it's. I know that I can drink most stuff. It's just dark liquor just makes me like sad or angry and shit. So I know to stay away from it like that. So yeah, it was kind of weird, but to me it's good. It's some people in life they've never felt it. They never figured that out. They just keep drinking whiskey and then they're horrible
just
towards their children.
Turn into the whiskey werewolf is what I call it.
Yeah, but like they're ruining their family's life. They're miserable, and they don't know. They could probably switch to vodka and be okay. They could be a fun drunk.
Yeah, and also it's like I'm more of a social drinker, and I mean, whenever I'm at my house, like very seldom will I actually have a drink. But
yeah,
so funny. We were just talking about therapists. So I went to this new psychiatrist a couple years ago. I was trying to get back on my medication, and like my preliminary meeting did not go very well because this motherfucker was the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. And I just turned into a 14-year-old girl and just started like giggling and crying. Told this man every bad thing I've ever done in my life. I was like talking about like petty theft and drug use. He asked me how many drinks I had a week, and I did some sort of fucked up girl math and came to the number 42 drinks a week. Now that I think that was like, there's no fucking way. Like that no.
Yeah,
the number is probably closer to like 15.
Yeah, that's still kind of weird to calculate.
Needless to say, I did not get my medication that time. So I had a month to prove that I could quit drinking. And, you know, it was a good month and taught me a lot, especially the importance of lying to your therapist.
Yeah. No, yeah. No, I need to talk to a real. First, I need some money first.
Money first.
That sucks. Though you need money before you can talk to a real therapist. Because those court-appointed therapists aren't.
Yeah, it was shit. Like I'm fortunate to have insurance that does cover a heft of these costs.
No,
so
I got to talk about some shady family.
You could go to BetterHelp, have a conversation with like a 19-year-old in Albuquerque.
No, because I don't know. Yeah, especially talking to some young people, they don't even know. If somebody's got to be older, they got to understand the life. Yeah,
you gotta. They can't still have that light in their eyes.
Yeah, you got to know what's going on.
You gotta be on the same level of like you understand that sometimes things just don't fucking work.
Yeah, you got to know that some family members are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Some people, I hate the people who try to tell you how it's supposed to be and not how it is.
Yeah.
Like when you're just like, no, my mom stole from me. Well, you know, that's your mama. That's the only mama you got. I'm like, yes, but she stole from me, and then she literally gave
that's the only mama I got, and don't that fucking suck.
Yeah, I'm like, she's giving people my information so they can steal from me now.
Yeah.
What is this? I'm not, but that's the only one you got. I'm like, okay, well, that's the only person stealing from me right now.
And the only money she got is mine, so.
She is still, other people say, your mama told me I could do this. That's the worst shit ever.
Your mama told me I could do this.
Yeah.
That's some playground shit.
No, it is a family member doing something because your mom knows you're here. And it's like, oh, okay, she don't know. All right. This terrible shit. That's the only one you got. I'm like, if they're abusive, it don't matter if they're the only one.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm adopted. I have no correlation to like blood relations. You know what I mean? Like when people are like, oh, they're blood, I'm like, I literally don't have any of that kind of relationship with anyone.
You don't talk to your adoptive
No,
family anymore?
it was a closed adoption whenever I was young, and then I was in the system for a while, and then I was formally adopted into the Cutts family when I was 10.
No, okay. So I mean, but you don't talk to the Cutts people anymore?
Oh yeah, no, I do. We're very close, but we're not related. You know what I mean?
No,
so like that whole idea like of like, oh, they're the only family you got. I'm like, hey, you know what? I've had quite a few sets.
Yeah.
I collected them.
Yeah.
But no, I think that what I'm getting at is like found family. Found family is what's really important. The family you choose.
Yeah, no, it is just people who just respect you and stuff like that.
Yeah, the family you choose and the family that chooses you, I guess. You know.
Yeah. It's just my situation. It's gotta be, you know how like when you're growing up, your family can spank you and stuff?
Yeah.
It's just gotta be somewhere you can spank these uncles and aunties. Yeah, where you just
there is. It's called a nursing home.
No, no, you got to get them while they're still walking around, and just let it so they can know what's going on. And then I guarantee is one somebody's gonna be like, why is a 60-year-old getting beat up by this 30-some-year-old?
It's like, this is a robbery.
Yeah, so
yes, it is. They robbed me.
They got to be like, what did you do to this little boy when he was 30 years ago, to where now he's strong as he can be, and then now the beatdown is happening? What happened?
I don't know. What would be the best revenge? You know.
Oh, I mean, a lot of stuff. The best one, I don't know. I don't want to say it on here legally because this is going to be some.
Okay, all right. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you got to though. But I wish I knew a Bible verse though. You just got to put stuff in the light.
Yeah.
The best thing, some slimy people love to not to do shit, but then you're not supposed to talk about it. They act like it's not cool that you talk about this shit that I'm doing.
Yeah, but you're the one doing it. Yeah.
You're doing
no, that's dude. Down in the South, like that's. Oh, it's so much of that. Like
sometimes I'm like, what kind of dirtbag clause are we in where you can fuck me and I can't talk about it?
Did you ever see that Disney movie Encanto where they have this one song is like, we don't talk about Bruno? He's like the black sheep of the family. And there's a whole song just called We Don't Talk About Bruno.
No, I don't remember that
song resonated way too deep with me because I was like, oh shit, that's like everything down in the Delta. It's like, we just don't talk about that part.
Yeah, no, I mean, but until somebody gets fed up, and then those people do get answered because then they like give this person justice so they'll shut up, or they're talking about somebody that's too powerful to punish.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. But it's like it does get addressed when somebody's fed up and they are talking about it.
Oh yeah, especially like in these new ages of social media and interconnectivity, when anybody can have a voice that can be heard so broadly, so quickly.
Yeah.
That like you can. We're talking about doxing. Like you can dox a parent's bad behavior real quick, you know. Whereas before it would just be like, well, I told my friends, but they were just like, sucks for you.
Yeah. No, and I like that.
That's the only mama you got.
Yeah. No, I like that. I know some parents that need to be doxed and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I doxed it.
Yeah, doxed or just you need to be put out there. I know one in Crestview, Florida that needs to be talked about. So what was I going to say?
So just going to leave that there.
Yeah, no. What was I going to
Stay
say?
tuned for part 2.
Yeah. She's a bad mother, though. What was I going to... Oh, yeah, because you don't go to dispensaries, so we can't talk about that.
Oh, I do go to dispensaries, usually for friends from out of state. Okay. And here's the thing is, like, I'll, every now and then, like, I'll buy, like, those, like, little dog walker pre-rolls.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, it's like... Because, like, if I do smoke, it's going to be just a little bit, and it's usually while I'm by myself.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those, like, on the back stoop in a fucking fancy-ass robe with a cup of tea. Like, it's a mood. Like, curlers in my hair and shit.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, like in the morning before you go out. Kinda.
Yeah. Well, it's like, but whenever I'm, like, out with people, I feel like it, and people are like, well, you just haven't had the right kind. I was like, do you know how much drugs I have tried?
Yeah, no,
if I haven't found it by now, like, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
That it feels like it puts a wall between me and the person I'm with. And I think, like, with, like, my ADHD, I already have a hard time, like, staying focused and connected with people.
Yeah.
That I like to have something that's going to make that more prevalent than less. Because then what I end up getting in my head and start thinking, like, am I being fucking weird?
Yeah.
If I've been quiet too long? What's my face look like right now? Do my knees work?
Well, see, no, I mean, see, I haven't been high like that in a long time. But I was gonna mainly complain about the prices.
Oh, that
and
yes,
sometimes the way
absolutely.
Or I don't like when someone's trying to fake help you, like we're like. Oh yeah, no, I've been getting shamed lately. You know, I'll let my fans know right now, I'm cheap as hell or thrifty, and so I'm just like, where's your cheapest shit? Don't try to sell me some shit.
Yeah.
Give me the cheapest stuff. I went in one dispensary and the one guy was like, say most economical. Like most economical.
Sorry, sir. That's your handbook, not mine.
Yeah, and I'm like, give me the cheapest thing you got. If it's shake or whatever, I'll buy it. Like, why are you? And then, like, I went into one down the street, and then I'm like, you know, what's the cheapest thing you got? And then she's like, well, do you have a specific brand you like? Because these brands are cool, but then she
No,
goes
like,
away from the 20.
no, like, bitch, this is Amazon, and I just clicked the little toggle that says price low to high.
Yes.
That's what I want. I want to see that that cheap Wish.com shit. I want that
Yeah.
Wish.com.
Just the stuff under
that's
30
what you
bucks.
should say is like, you got any of that Wish.com weed?
See, I don't want nothing that'll put some spyware on my phone or whatever. But it's no, I was just like, I was kind of furious. I was just like, I want the cheapest shit, and then she's showing me, I like this strand, and then like the cheaper stuff was in the red, and when she went to her favorite strand, that price was in black. So I just wanted to snap on her like, that ain't on sale.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. Why would you even show me that? That's not cool. And then I got cheap weed, but then I was gonna splurge on a joint. I was like, what's your best like pre-roll? You got one that's like dipped or got some keef or some shit?
Yeah.
And then she was, I kind of don't know what she was like, I'll show you the ones with the highest HTC content. I'm just like, you don't know what's the most bang for your buck?
Yeah, it's because like you could tell that like these people weren't like out in the wild.
Yeah, no, I was talking with that with my roommate. These people, and then it seems like they're trying
like,
to.
which one of these is the best to smoke out of a Dr. Pepper can?
Yeah, they've never done that. Like you're buying weed from people who've never bought weed before from a real person.
Yeah.
And so they think it's a game, and it's just kind of like, you hate to say
It's
it,
like,
but
look,
it's still,
I don't want like software with this. Like,
or you hate to say this, but it still is drugs. So you're not upselling me on shit. Like, you don't, crackheads don't go like, hey, you got the shit, and then they're just like, I got this, but I got this strawberry crack.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good.
Well,
Like,
that's kind of the point, is they want it to be fancy enough to justify the hiked price.
yeah, and sometimes it's not. And then they got hella discounts if you do certain stuff.
Like what? Dance?
No, it was like if you come within the first hour they open or the last hour they close, Sunday through Thursday, you get 15% off. And then they have member days where you get a percentage off of that weed as well, depending on how much you spend. That was another thing that was weird too. Like, I don't look at a dispensary like it's like a rewards card, because it was like 15%, and then you go from 20 to 25.
Dude, literally everybody's got a rewards card these days.
But they were like, yeah, you got to spend more than $1,000, and then that's when you go to the 20%. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to spending $1,000 worth of weed. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not spending money to get to that. I'm not like, this is not a goal.
Yeah.
Even though I do want to get the cheapest shit possible. But it was like it seemed like you got to be a member and then go within the last hour and then get stuff on sale, and then that'll be the cheapest thing you can do. That'll be the cheapest way you come out of there alive.
Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, just to call you boy. Like, that's...
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And then one person at a mic was like, yeah, go to dispensary because it's a small business. And I was like, dispensaries are not
really all that small, though, is it?
Yeah, I was like, a dispensary is not a small business. It's a faceless corporation.
That's not keeping old Billy down the street in a house. These are all employees under a company that's getting taxed. Like, no.
And you don't know who owns it. It's owned by a corporation. It's not owned by a family or a dude. I buy my weed from a person who's studying to be a real estate person. Like, I personally know his life. And Raul is going to get his life back together. Like, he's just using this weed as a stepping stone.
Oh, shit. I think I know Raul.
So, yeah, it was just like, I know what the fuck is going on with him, and I'm happy for him.
No, a friend of mine, he worked at a dispensary for a while, and one point he texted me, he's like, I'm in a room with $4 million worth of weed right now. But it looks like I'm like at a doctor's office and not like I'm living my dream.
That's funny.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't like their prices. Another thing with prices you probably know of, I hate to say them, I'm not going to beep it out, but Jets Pizza.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't like the pizza places where you don't see the prices. You just got to order it and then find out it's $43.
Yeah. No. So I know that they have like some sort of deal.
They always have some kind of coupons.
Yeah, there's one in my that's how I know. It was like there's one like a few blocks away from me, and I only knew because like I got a coupon. It was like I can't remember. It was like Monday through Thursday, $10 4-corner pizza, and I was like, I will be there for
All
that.
right, yeah, that's ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like I will do that.
Yeah.
But like just going in and being like, or like put all the work into it, and then
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like, yo, like I don't like how there's no pricing on this. It's no, and then you got to order it online, and then you got to put the code in. My roommate always orders Domino's, and he knows it's a guy. He's a part of like the fast food secret club.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I know
he,
that guy, the guy on TikTok and YouTube.
yeah.
I love him. I love him.
No, I love him too, and he gave away
And his
a
cat.
he gave away a code where you can always get money off of like medium pizzas at Domino's, and I'm like, and then when people do that, that just says you already got the price hiked up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing with that
absolutely.
dispensary. The price
It's
is
like
already hiked
today
up.
only you can get this 50% off. But what they don't tell you is that they still the shipping they're charging is still going to them, and that original product cost hella less than that to begin with.
Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of their pricing. I wish I
it's,
knew more.
what's it called? Oh, a loss leader. That's what it's called. A loss leader. Like whenever you make something super expensive to get people to talk about it,
Okay.
and then say like you want to sell a bath mat and you charge $700 for it, so people start talking about how ridiculously priced this bath mat is, but it must be good.
All right.
And then you get to say like today only 50% off, and then some jackass just bought a $350 bath mat that costs $10 tops.
That's funny. All right, that's similar to it's a rapper named Nipsey Hussle. He was popular because he had a $100 mixtape where his mixtape was $100.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, and but he said he got the idea from Barclays Prime. They have a Philly cheesesteak that they sell for $150, and they've been doing that for 20 years.
And people get it just to say that they got it.
Yeah, it comes with a it either comes with a bottle or not a bottle, but it comes with a glass of champagne. And so it's just kind of like that.
You and I both worked in the service industry long enough to like know it's like all this like Valentine's or, it's like, oh, it's $150 for 3 courses.
Yeah, no,
But look, we gave you a plastic flute full of of sparkling wine.
Champagne. Yeah, so it was like you can get there. I don't even know if it comes with fries, and I know it has some kind of gold flakes on it or something like that.
Yeah,
but it still has Cheese Whiz. It's from It's a steakhouse, but they sell it for $150.
You just said Cheese Whiz it. But my dad, he sends me a package every month. I call it my prison care package. Whenever I was smoking cigarettes, he'd send me like a carton of cigarettes from Mississippi and comic books and like Cheez-Its and shit. And
see, that's so nice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
You see how America, listen to how her adopted family treats her better.
Yeah, it's like
motherfuckers, real flesh and blood.
Yeah, my dad is just you can't I couldn't create a better family in my imagination, But lately in this prison care package, he's been sending me cans of Cheese Whiz. Like every single package has had one, and
is it spray or how is it?
It's like the spray, like it's your Goofy movie shit.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's funny you said that. Yeah, I haven't been around Cheese Whiz in years.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know where I don't see. That's the thing is like I can't recollect any conversation he and I have ever had about Cheese Whiz. I cannot recollect ever using this in his presence.
Yeah,
but
maybe he works for the company now, and he's just got a lot of extra Cheese Whiz to load off.
No, he's retired, and I don't know what his job is because he's never been able to explain it to me. But I just think he was a spy.
Okay.
He worked so much, and then I'd be like, "What? So what do you do?" He's like, I work in like import export. I'm like, that's like what like mafia people say.
Yeah. Or he could be doing some government shit where he
where
he watches
and he's he's upstanding enough that I could see like finding out that he's been like some decorated fucking war hero or some shit.
Yeah, or he could probably guard the tunnels where the SUVs go into to get to the underground tunnels.
Oh shit!
And he's like, I'll be guarding that. I just know they go in
Underground Railroad Part 2, the Delta.
Yeah, they go in there and then they come out in Michigan. It only takes them like 4 hours to drive from Michigan because they're like hella underground or some shit.
I mean, honestly, no. Like, so he worked in this factory, and then the factory shut down. But then he still worked for that factory that shut down for like 15 years or something.
See, it could be.
Yeah, and I was
'Cause
just like, this is suspicious. And it's like in this small town, like not the one we live in, but like another town that's farther away.
Yeah, maybe they had some.
It's like, what
It
do
was
you,
some kind of
what do you
radioactive
do?
thing there.
Why you got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to an empty warehouse in a factory, and you get home at 8 p.m. Like, what did you do? Just make sure that the doors are still like what?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, he was. It's some weird places. It's a place in near Pilsen where they burn money. And when I talk to people in the neighborhood, they know where it is. They know.
Is this Whole Foods?
No, but they literally take old money in there and burn it. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you know where in Pilsen this is?
Yeah, I can take you exactly to it. I know exactly where it is.
All right, okay. So instead of getting a job,
we're just gonna go in there.
Why don't we do the job?
And then I heard that, and then I found it out because they have it was one guy. I work with a guy, and when in Pilsen, he was in the army and he was on leave, and he was like, yeah, it was like a couple people they can get jobs there at this place because he was like, it's like a federally type place, and then they'll hire people who are like on leave from the army because you're an army person, you know. And it was like,
got to play the long game.
yeah, I was like, holy shit, okay. It was they burn money in there. It's I don't know. I don't want to join the military, but I do want to just see the secret shit, like when they, you know, like I want to see when they like shake hands with aliens and shit. Like
yeah.
I want to be there. Like I just be like, oh shit, okay. Like this big 15-foot tall motherfucker, and they're just like, all right.
I feel like if we make contact with aliens, it's gonna be some like squishy little like octopus looking motherfucker. We're gonna be like, let's put it in a zoo.
Shit. But then it lands on somebody and takes over their whole brain functions and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take over their nanotech.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, I think it's a lot of shit like that going on. It was one of the kind of things where you can tell goofy stuff happens with the military. To me, in my opinion, my uncle said he was in Afghanistan, and everybody was like, all the different branches were near each other, but they had sections.
Yeah, and you never talk to the other sections.
But no, but he said it said like it'll be like, hey, Army, we're gonna ask. This is the Army section. You come over here. You're not wearing Army shit. We're gonna ask you what you're doing over here. We're going to. And so it was like Navy. If you're not Navy personnel, be prepared to show your ID. We're gonna ask you. And so it was like they're all together. Where to me that seems like friendliness, but then he said it was like a section that said special ops. You'll be shot if you're over here. And then it was just like I was like that was for them. It wasn't for like regular folks. It was for them. Like, how was it? You know what I mean? I'm just like, that's where the alien shit was. They had
the alien shit.
Yeah, they had.
I don't know. It's like I know you in the conspiracy theory stuff, but I think that the existence of this kind of almost disproves a lot of conspiracy theories. A lot of conspiracy stuff like that. It takes a lot of people involved to make something happen. And if anything, this is proving that the most I can't think of the word. The people that they don't trust people not to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you've got to keep, if there's a secret, it's got to stay between as few people as possible. And to like on this bigger scale shit, it's just going to take too many people.
But I know like but you can do a lot of stuff where you're just like, hey, it is something back there. You're not allowed to go back there. Or I heard this one story from
What if it's just like a birthday party? Not everybody's invited.
It could be, but or this comedian named CP. He said his name's comedian CP Chris Powell. His dad was in the army. He said one time his dad told him his dad was like transporting some stuff in a truck in Nevada, and then they just told him to drive. They didn't give him a location. They told him to drive, and then they said he was just driving, and then he all of a sudden walked up on it. They didn't give him a location. They told him like, all right, you're here. If you ever try to come back here, you'll never find it. They told him that. And then he said that they took whatever was in the back of his car. He said that they they told him he said a guy sat in the passenger seat and told him to look forward. You're not allowed to look back. And then they took some shit out of his truck and then put some stuff in the truck, and then he drove it back to his base and then couldn't talk about it. So I think it's stuff like that where like he could have transported an alien head or something.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But I think it's people are talking because then he talked about that story to his son. His son
but
told people.
they won't let him know. Okay, I can see.
Yeah, where it's just like you could be doing a whole bunch of shit where you're just like you're never supposed to open this box.
See, and that's exactly why I would not make it in the military or anything like that because I am not disciplined like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even like the anime responding, like anime response YouTube stuff that I do, it is impossible for me to unless I am watching it, doing a reaction like the day that it comes out. I cannot stay away from spoilers.
Okay.
And then here I am, like on camera, be like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's funny.
But then it's still surprising. But
I love watching sports because sometimes I'm not gonna watch all this bullshit. Sometimes it's
talk
just,
about sports. Did you hear about the new baseball pants?
no. I mean,
they're
well, I
like-
said spoilers, but you. But
Yeah, no, the National Baseball League, whatever. They went through another company to order their uniforms, and all of the pants are fucking see through.
Are they supposed to be?
That's like it. That's what it looks like. They're sticking with like all the players are like taking their like pictures with like their hands down across their junk, and you can see the outline of their tucked in shirt. Like you can see the tag on the like it is.
That seems like something they'll do in Atlanta.
It's a whole new ball game.
Yeah. No, I gotta see. This is
No,
this
but
is why I need
it's
to be
across.
recording.
It's like everybody's shit. Like I just heard about this last night. Like,
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I'm not a big baseball fan. I'm not.
oh, dude, I do not care at all. Whenever I worked across from Wrigley Field, I waited on Tom Ricketts, who's the owner of the Cubs
Okay.
and also of the building I was in.
Oh, all right. That's more the reason why he was over there.
Yeah. Well, it's like fancier place. And so you'd get like a little chit, like a little receipt that would explain who your guest is, their name, things they like, things they don't like, things they got last time, if there's a special occasion, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I was new enough that I didn't know that I was supposed to receive that before I went to go greet them. In this particular game, it was the Crosstown Classic where the Chicago Cubs play the Chicago Sox. And it was in Wrigley, so I greeted the table the same way I had every other person that day. Like, hey, so who are we rooting for today, Cubs or Sox? And he was like, haha. I was like, haha. No, but who you rooting for? He's like, the Cubs. I was like, I see you got skin in the game. And he's like looking uncomfortably around the table. He's like, I guess you could kind of say that, but not really. And then after I left the table, got their orders, then I get the chit and I find out that it's like, oh shit, that's the fucking team owner.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and how I was talking about the prison care package. My dad has, somebody asked me whenever I was like kind of new to Chicago, they're like, oh, are you a fan of the Sox? Well, I didn't hear the. I just heard, are you a fan of socks? And I ripped into a 10-minute story about how my dad sends me novelty socks in my prison care package.
That's funny.
And then they're looking at me all crazy. I'm like, no, he's not that weird. He's a perfectly lovable, wonderful person. And somehow I finally figured out halfway through this rant, which I wouldn't let them speak, that, oh, you're talking about the White Sox. I guess I'm North Side, so I guess if I had to choose, it'd probably be more Cubs.
What type of people went to that place? Was it more, or was it were they loud fans or were they reasonable fans?
So this place, like, even it was more of the box seat crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, because like most, like, you know, broskies going to the game, like they're gonna want to be like at a sports bar, and that's another thing too. Is like people would come before the game or after the game to our place. It was kind of crazy. Like, I mean, you'd look around, you couldn't even walk through the place before the game, and then first pitch happens, and it's a ghost town.
That's funny. To me, that's kind of cool though. You get to when you
Yeah,
got
no,
a certain
we'd
type
always
of stuff
we'd always have a break. Like as soon as the game started, they'd be back. Say like be back at 6th inning,
yeah.
and then just go and drink as much as you possibly can in an hour and a half and come back.
Okay. That's got to be fun though. Yeah, I would like to work at a nice place next to a stadium like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're probably hiring.
No, I saw that they were. I don't know if that company will hire me again.
Oh, dude, I should go and be like, hey, I heard you guys are hiring.
Did you did you quit on good terms? Or
No, I got fired.
okay, yeah, I don't know. I walked out of one of their restaurants, and so I don't know if I'm on a. I don't even know if they have like a list like don't hire this person anymore. I don't know if I'm on like a list like that or something. I really feel like that.
For as little communication happens between just the front of house and back of house, I doubt that they would know.
Okay, we'll see because I will apply to them because they I would like to work at. I
Put
like
me down
working-
as a reference.
Yeah. Was it bad? It wasn't bad. Or was
No, it was. So here's the thing. It starting there was really good, and then there were some changes that happened, and especially because I was bartending, the bar staff, we were always overstaffed behind the bar, and we were splitting tips and didn't have a lot of section. We were basically there to make drinks for all of the rest of everybody else.
Yeah.
So we're doing the most work in the place and making the least amount of money.
I hate when that happens. But the servers are making a killing, and they're just like,
yeah.
"We're going to Cabo."
Yeah,
You
like
know,
not the barbacks, the essays and bussers were making more money than the bartenders.
That sucks,
And-
and you guys
And
are
so
making
yeah, no, it was
shit.
like we were all becoming pretty fucking disgruntled, and I'd had a couple meetings with corporate, and then one day, then towards the end of my shift, they called me up in the office. They were like, "Have you had anything to drink today?" And I was like, "I had a beer during my break, which was like 7 hours previous."
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously, it did not affect me making you guys a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But I was just even surprised that they thought I was drunk, because I don't know that they'd really seen me sober, including my interview.
Oh,
So, if anything, this is just my fun, quirky personality at that point.
yeah, that's funny.
But the people I worked with were really great. So
Okay. No, I mean that does suck when you're working at a place when it's some weird transition.
yeah,
And,
see that was it. There was just like a lot of transitions and like
But they do need to wear. I didn't want to interrupt you. I worked at the Dearborn.
uh-huh.
I'll say their name because they've done some stuff to be in trouble.
All right.
When I was there, the owner fake cried, and then it was funny because when I was describing the situation to other people, they were like, "Claudine cried," and I was like, "Yeah, but it was like a fake." She egged it on to make herself cry because she found out that whoever was looking, they always had their tip outs, and I guess the tip out she had tip outs from like 6 to 9 months, and just looked at the tip outs with her checks and was like, "This isn't adding up," and then found out that the ownership was giving funneling some of the service money to the bartenders, and which does suck, but they're doing that at a busy place like that to not make bartenders quit.
Yeah, so
'cause they're
this
not
is
making money.
honestly this is like one of the issues that we were having, is that because like the tip out to the bar there was so low, but the thing is, this is in Wrigley, like this is a heavy drinking crowd.
Yeah,
So
I guess that is the way to make it better.
Yeah,
just
it's like
to
so like
increase the tip out.
if most of the money you're making is coming from what we are doing.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing is like that restaurant could run without a server. I've been there whenever a server didn't show up, and I could do that. Like I've worked pretty much every job at that place besides the kitchen themselves,
Okay.
which get paid higher rates.
How long?
But if the bartender's not there, the doors will lock.
Yeah.
Like that is like they're like literally just like, well, we can't. Like one day oh yeah, there was like a scheduled thing. Anyway, one of the managers had to jump behind the bar. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
That's
They had to tell everybody there's no alcohol.
Oh, no,
They
that's
just like
terrible.
could like cuz that was another thing too. This was like we had pretty difficult cocktails, things like that, like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's already that's a fancy name, even though it's more casual, but it's still a name and it's got a present.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got a prestigious thing. No, that's funny. At the terrible company I last worked for, they trained everybody, especially managers, to be bartenders. So that's just funny. They didn't really. It sounds
Well,
like they
so
didn't really
like,
do that
no,
there.
I personally trained a few of the managers behind the bar, but it was just like a 1 day thing, and I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, here are where the things are, and this is how you make these cocktails. But also, if you've got a place that like your entire menu changes constantly,
Yeah.
and
Then
everything
none
that
of the
I
shit
trained you
matters.
on, yeah,
Yeah. No, at Pig Salt, they managers train for like 2 months, maybe even more, and so
Mhm.
you literally do like that half a month as a server, and then they were doing like 2 weeks as a bartender. It was definitely longer than a week as a bartender. And it was
Okay.
just like, damn, they make these motherfuckers do
There's
it
some
all.
places like where I think that that is an absolute necessity. Like whenever you are that dependent on the bar itself.
Yes, yeah, them,
So
and then
yeah, no, that's a thing too. Is like it was pretty evident that I was uh I was stirring up some shit about like our pay and our tip percentages and how things weren't adding up, and especially because I was a good employee and a well respected employee, somebody that other people whenever they worked with me they'd be like, oh, thank God you're here today, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I there wasn't some sort of habit or uh, some bad blood that had been boiling for a while. Like this was something that it felt like it came from above. Like even like whenever I was, getting let go, it was you could tell that like it was an honest that the manager who had to make the call was not wanting to do that, So
oh, okay, yeah. No, I was trying to pick up what
it
you're
was
putting
like
down. Like,
out of their hands.
all right, yeah. No, it was when I got fired from Pig Salt, it was totally in the manager's hands. She wanted to fire me from day one. And so it was just, you can tell it was her. Then she brought up a post I made online,
Oh my God.
which
It's like, look, it's like I'm handing people food. Like they don't need.
to me it was shitty. She was just like, yeah, and then we know about the post you said online.
What did you?
And then
Okay, I
and
gotta
then
know
it wasn't even
what
a post, it was a comment.
what was his comment?
No, because there people are always talking about this restaurant group. They hire every week. And
Yeah.
and so someone was just talking about one of the restaurants. He was like, "Yeah, do they do tip sharing?" And then I was like, "Yes, they do tip sharing. It's a very toxic environment."
Yeah.
That's all I did. And then one person liked it, and I think he told people or made it like a thing. And then when they were firing me, the Kenza lady, she was like, "Yeah, we know about that post as well." And then I was like, "Okay, well," she was like, "Just want to let you know it's not affecting what's happening right now." And then I was like, "Well, then why bring it up?"
Yeah.
And, and she was just like, "Just wanted to let you know
Your
that."
opinion doesn't matter, but it matters.
Yeah, it was just
Your
weird.
opinion has no effect, but it matters.
She was like, "I would just let you know it's this, and
Yeah,
you
and
got a
even
bad
like
review
whenever I
that you
was
can't
talking
see."
about like tip out kind of stuff, because I was somebody who also has been a server a lot and also would work as a server sometimes if I was needed. Like even the servers would be on my side of like it wasn't even just like taking more of their money. It was like redistributing how their tip out percentage
Yeah,
was factored.
as a server, you should know the only people who.
Or even to the point like having less people behind the bar at one time. That way that small amount of money that's being taken away from the servers isn't split between 6 people whenever because you hired people that are incompetent. Whenever
Yeah.
you could just have 3 people who know what the fuck they're doing and everything would still run the same way.
Did you? I've always been almost close to management. I've been an assistant manager before. I've always been like an older senior server. It's all it's always the same type of server that wants to take away money from bussers and
Oh,
bartenders.
yeah.
It's always a girl, and then she's never worked at the restaurant that long,
Uh-huh.
and it's
Oh,
always
but
like,
the last place you worked?
yeah, but it's always like they need to change the tip out, and it's like, bitch, you just got
You
here,
just got here.
and you want to take money away from people helping you.
Yeah. Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it never fails. Every restaurant
Oh,
I work
no,
at, it's
I,
always somebody that says they should pay the people less, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, no. So it's like even down to the point of like whenever I was saying it's like the bar team themselves was that our pay discrepancy was egregious.
Yeah.
Whenever we had bar backs, we would all agree that like we would have the same tip out with the barbacks. Like instead of them getting an even lower percentage of what we were getting, we'd be like, no, they're doing just as much fucking work.
Yeah, and then that's how you keep them there, because
Yeah,
it's like when you have a constant rotation
exactly.
of barbacks
And also
and
it's
busters,
how
it's not
you
the
it's
move.
how you can make more money too. If you can do your job better because somebody else is doing that side shit,
Yeah,
you can all make more money.
and everybody's happy.
And also you can enjoy going to work. Ain't that a treat?
Yeah. No, that sucks. Yeah, I did not enjoy working at that fucking tavern place. I literally felt like I was going to get fired every day.
Uh-huh.
And then it was one time, it was just so nerve wracking. They asked me to work a double on a Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And it was Monday, and they asked on text message, can you work a double on a Sunday? And then I was just like, wow, I know at least I'm not going to get fired until Sunday.
You're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right, they need me to work that double. So that
Got
I'm
one more week.
Yeah, and then it was like, and I still wasn't fired till like months after that. It was just so nerve wracking just working at a place like that. And then, but
I hate
just
that. Yeah.
you're beholden to reviews that you don't have access to. They're like, oh, well, you technically can see them, but you got to go to the host stand and look at them. So I got to go to the host stand and look at these reviews
And be like, why are you at the host stand all the time?
yeah, they could. But then it's like this shit. If it matters for my job, I should be able to look at this at home and just be able to see what people are saying. Because it seems like they can cherry pick.
I just want to work on myself.
Yeah, or like they can cherry pick and be like, yeah, so you got a bad review, and so this is what you're getting written up for. But then if I got 6 good reviews, what do I get for that?
Right.
And so and then I think that's why they don't let you see that too, because then you could be like, if bad gets you penalized, what does good do?
Nothing.
Yeah, and it was like,
It
and
makes them money.
yeah, it was bullshit. And I got someone wrote a good review of me when I was training.
Uh-huh.
So it was just, and so they were just like, he's not even on the floor yet.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what the fuck happened to that? Where do you?
And hey, I worked with you. I know you do good. Like,
Yeah, but it was just shit. They knew they just have like a shitty system where they target, and then they were like, we don't want to say that you're bad at your job, and it's not that. And then they were commenting on just my integrity, because it was like they were like, we know. They were kind of like, we know you know that you're being targeted to get put out here, and you still come in here smiling and making jokes every fucking day.
it was like, what's my other option? Being
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah, and I was like, I come in here with a good attitude, and then the one lady was like, yes, and I totally respect your integrity. You could tell because she was just like, we've been targeting you, fucking with you for 3 months, and you come in
which
here
is
smiling
surprising.
every day.
I mean, like we're a right to work state. Like they can fire you without giving you just.
No, but you can tell they're really corporate, and so their thing is just like, here's a review. This person's salad didn't come out in time, and so he literally wrote a review. And then she was just like, I was there at this table. I got two different write-ups where she was like, I was there. You got me. We were there, but something happened, and he wrote a review.
Oh.
And I was like, but bitch, you were there. You're admitting that you were there. And then it was like the one where the guy. Him and his
It was like, no, Yuna's like, you know that you're in your own description are equally culpable.
Yeah, I hate being, I was about to say being a guy. I hate being a male server when you're dealing with this couple. They're a couple on a date, and the guy is real like aggro, trying to show that he's in charge and shit. Like I just feel like it'll be better if I was a woman.
Can I tell you it works the same way on the other side, where it's like waiting on a couple, but the woman, like, you can't. It's like I've had so many instances where I have to only say anything to the woman, because if I so much as like confirm the gentleman's order, I get the why you looking at my man vibe. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
It's like, I don't want your dusty fucking boo.
Yeah, but I mean, you could be like 90% of the time he's paying.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm paying attention to this
so
person.
I'm like, no, I was like, I want that tip, but I'm like, yeah, it was like, I've never like flirted with that I know of, but also me just like.
No, you just talk to. It's just sometimes they just have weird attitudes, and these guys, it was like a day. It was their anniversary, and they were just kind of weird, and then they were like, yeah, I'm just getting a steak, and she's getting pasta, and that's all we're getting. He was like, that's it. And then I went to go put it in, and then he calls me back, and he was like, she wants a salad. Like, he said it like that. And then I was like, oh, okay, so I got to put that shit on hold and get a salad out here. And then got the salad and then really waited till they were done eating it. And then the steak
I
and
would have
stuff
served
came.
that fucker like like kids' chicken nuggets.
Yeah, but he was moping while the girl was eating salad. And then when their stuff came, he was just like, it took so long to come out. And it was like, just because she ate the salad, I didn't. And you were moping while the salad was out. I wasn't gonna bring out all the food out at once.
Yeah.
And then they really wrote a review for that, and I got written up for that one time for that.
Oh my god.
And it was just like, and then, but that was one where I was like, hey, Kenza, this dude is mad about this motherfucking steak while his girl is eating salad and shit.
Can't win.
Yeah, it was like, this is yeah, this is not the place for me. But they literally hiring every week. It was just like, I know that's, to me, sometimes you got to see the red flags to be like, okay, I get it. I get why they hire every week. I get why this place is rotating people.
Like I always look at the turnover rate of a place beforehand, just because I'm like, what I always say is like, I don't want to have to go to a place and learn where the cranberry juice is again. You know, like I don't want to have to start over again and again and again.
I hate starting over.
So that's why I quit. I quit starting over. Fuck that. Fuck all that.
See, I don't hate it. I just hated it there because it was like, in my mind, I was like, I know if I last long here, as soon as I have enough money to get a car, I'm quitting. I'm not even going to like quit gracefully or be like, yeah, and then if I come back to Chicago.
Quit like I did at that place where you and I worked. Did you hear about my quitting?
No, I didn't. Did you?
I got called in on my day off because one of the other bartenders didn't show up. And it was Sunday brunch, beautiful day. Like, random first beautiful Sunday, bottomless mimosas, all kinds of brunch shit. And I get there and it was fucking chaos. Like there's like the whole bar is still saran wrapped, and so I'm trying to open the bar and make all this for customers who've been there for 45 minutes waiting.
Yeah,
because I didn't even get the call, can you come in, until the place was open. And then so I'm in a literal sprint for like an hour. And then the manager at the time, who fucking sucked, I don't think you ever met this person, but comes up and he was like, hey, look, you need to calm down. I was like, you need to get fucking excited. I was like, well, you need to get fucking excited a little bit. Can't you see that every single person here is pissed off because of this situation? I'm trying to rectify that. He's like, you know what? I think that you need to go sit down. I was like, then are you going to do this? He's like, what do I need to do? And then I just started talking because the list in my head was one of those fucking cartoon scrolls that just keeps rolling. And he's like, you know what? I think that you just need to go home. And I was like, you know what? I think I do. And I think I need to fucking stay there. I quit. And then I went table to table and told them have a great day, that I no longer work here, and I hope they have a wonderful Sunday. And I got applause from all of the guests on my way out, and then realized I left a bag of my shit behind the bar that I think still belongs. It's still there.
Oh, shit. Was it... Oh, it was like a bag of bar stuff?
Yeah, it was it was like a change of clothes that I had behind the bar, that not from that day. But whenever he got fired, about 3 months later, I got a phone call asked to come back. See, and I said, I was like, no, I can't. I'm not going backwards with this.
I wish I would have got a phone call for that. I always wanted, it should be some kind of policy, because sometimes managers come in and they want to like do stuff and wreck stuff and fire people. And then if that manager gets fired, anybody they fired should get some kind of probation or some kind of relook. Because it's like, what if this motherfucker came in? I got fired working at this place called City Social. Everything, it's the importance of management, having a good manager, and then when they quit, the next person they bring up is dog shit. Everything goes to shit. And then I got fired because I'm not cool, basically no reason at all. And then that manager literally was fired 8 weeks later. 8 weeks. And then I just was like, I should be able to get my job back.
Yeah.
That bitch did not. Her name was Lauren, and she's trash.
Lauren. Everybody knows.
I wish
Lauren
I knew her
trash.
last name. I wish I knew it. I would give it out, because she was a bad person, and you can't run a business like that. And it sucked. And then when you ask other people, usually when you get fired from somewhere and you ask your other coworkers, they're like, yeah, this person didn't like you, or you did something. That was the only place where they were just like, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to tell you. Like people who I worked with, they're just like, well, I'm just can't you just let it go? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm letting it go because I'm unemployed, but just why?
But I've been let go. I
Yeah.
am the let it go'd.
Yes. And then it's like if you want to learn, I look at everything as a learning experience. So it's just like,
Absolutely, yeah.
what did I do here to not do it at another place?
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, I just like,
Yeah, and that
I'm not an NPC. You can't just walk away and then I just stop existing. Like,
yeah, no, I'm still feel like this. I still got these questions, and then it was like I really felt like sometimes they just can't be like, you just can't be black anymore. You got to be something else. It was like that's
all right,
basically
guys.
the only thing. Because I was like, what the fuck did I do at this place? And they were like, it's a at will state, so we don't have to tell you. Because she was like, you got a complaint, and I was like, I've never been written up. I've been here for 2 years, never even been written up, never gotten in trouble.
And then
Yeah, like now I'm getting fired because you moved in and we're not friends. And yeah, City Social was a trip. They got different owners now and whatnot. Well, I was gonna ask you, how did you when you were bartending at that one place and it was near Bandera? There's a new restaurant in that location, but do you feel like Bandera was busy?
I don't know.
You don't know. You okay? You know how sometimes they would come. That one girl would come down and drink at the bar. We always had Bandera people, and we would have Purple Pig people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I didn't know if Bandera was like I would work there. I know they had to make more money than us.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just not sure. I went in there a few times and
We had to go upstairs.
Yeah. But I'd never really been there in peak hours, so
Okay. Yeah, they're hiring right now. I was like, because then I was like, it'll be so cool to be near Labriola again.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll go down here and get a drink or something like that and hang out. I forgot who. I went in there recently. It's still some of the same servers. The one Hispanic dude that tells everybody to do roll-ups. It's so funny when I go to other places and do roll-ups, and they're just like, "All right, you got to do 50 roll-ups," and people are like, "Ah," and I'm like, "This
like,
place,
you don't know."
Yeah, they were like, he would always be like 150 roll-ups, 150, or he'll be like 80 roll-ups. That was you were getting off easy if you had to do 80.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like as a bartender, you don't really have to do it, but the thing is, I have gotten so good at it that I do it just to like show off because I'm so fast.
Yeah.
You're like, and also it's like because a lot of times I'll have to wait on the servers in order to do some sort of breakdown of my shit too. So I'm like trying to hurry them along so I can get the fuck out.
Help them out and stuff.
And so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I can leave whenever you finish these 150 roll-ups. I'd be like, there you go. There you go. Buy me a drink. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I would do that at the tavern place, and people they were like, "Oh yeah, you roll those kind of fast." I was like, "Yes, I've had to do a lot of roll-ups.
Yeah.
This is like the only thing I can do fast in this restaurant. Everything else is dark and it sucks in this motherfucker. So I don't know. Let's see. Oh shit, I wasn't even looking at the clock and stuff. Yeah, because we got stuff going on. Are you going to any shows tonight or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to be at Comedy Club tonight on Superior. I haven't been to this place before.
Oh, I know what that is. I know exactly what that is. I just saw Blake Bernhardt. He's always there.
Yeah. So I'll be going up after the showcase tonight. And I'm excited because the audience there, it's mostly tourists and things.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to like show material to people who aren't just comics. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, it's always cool. It's always people from out of town there.
yeah.
I totally forgot about that one. So
Yeah, no, I had a friend remind me. I was like, oh yeah. So that's tonight.
Okay. Yeah, no, I might go for support or
Yeah, sure.
or spend money I don't have.
If you
I'll
check
do it.
your fucking text messages, you got some information in there about it.
Oh shit! All right. Is it
Like whenever I showed up at your house, I was like, I'm downstairs. You're like, huh, what?
That's funny. We should have been texting each other while we're on here. That would have been we would have been able to talk and stuff. That's funny. So yeah. So no. Let me. That's funny. I got to update so it was more space for more sounds. I was like, oh shit, I can add like 10 more sounds in here.
Woohoo!
But yeah, we'll do that. We'll do this next time. Until next time, this is DJ Slider Bite.
This is Jessica Cuts.
Yes, that's Jessica Cuts. And we're signing off of the Slider Cast. This is another special time.
Woo.
You know, yeah, y'all stay classy. Stay classy out there,
Yeah.
Midwest and down south. Hopefully, people are listening to us everywhere. So be
Yeah.
be classy.
To all my fans in the Philippines.
Yeah, to the 3 people in the Philippines. What's up?